Hi, I am Dr. Arunagiri. I am taking class for biology Neet students. Now we will discuss about that chemical coordination and integrations and their functions. Chemical coordinations and integration. Chemical coordination differ from neural coordinations. Chemical coordination, that is hormones involved in chemical coordinations. It is differ from neural coordination. So neural coordination, brains and nervous system involved in neural coordination, and chemical coordinations, hormones involved in chemical coordination and integration. Okay, what is glands? So glands, a group of cells. So groups of cell or glands. Group of cells or glands. It secretes enzymes, hormones or other substance, mucus. So you have idea. So what is glands? Glands அப்படினு understand பண்ணிக்க, group of cells or glands secretes either hormones or enzymes or other substance, mucus. Okay, so based on the vessels or ducts. So the tubes, ducts அப்படிங்கிறது is nothing but a tube or vessels இருக்கிற base பண்ணி, the glands are two types. There are two types of glands. Okay, exocrine gland that have vessels, ducts. So ducts is nothing but a tube. Okay, the tube or duct. So duct இருக்கிறது or vessels இருக்கிறது exocrine gland. Okay, then endocrine glands, ductless glands. So vessels are absent. So vessels absent or ducts absent, they are called endocrine glands. So endocrine glands alla vessels irukadu. So how it secrete hormones? Endocrine glands vessels illa, how it secrete hormones? Eppadi இது ஹார்மோனை secrete பண்றதுனா like that cell. So within cells குள்ள பாத்தீங்கன்னா Golgi body அப்படினு ஒன்னு இருக்கும். Okay, Golgi body you know very well. Golgi body, within the cell Golgi body, that Golgi body secretes hormones. Golgi body secretes hormones. That hormone transport into blood. So cells குள்ள Golgi body தான் உங்களுக்கு ஹார்மோனை secrete பண்ணும். That hormones bloodல transport ஆயிட்டு then all the functions are completed and within the minutes or within the hours. Okay, exocrine glands secretes enzymes. Exocrine glands enzyme மட்டும் தான் secrete பண்ணுதா? No, it also other substance like mucus also secrete பண்ணும். Okay, that exocrine gland secrete enzyme. This enzyme, the word was coined by enzyme, and the word coined பண்ணது Kuhn. Okay, so the enzyme, the word was coined by Kuhn. So what is enzyme? Enzyme is a biocatalyst. So what is biocatalyst? It stimulate physiological function. So physiological function is stimulate பண்றது biocatalyst. So enzyme act as a biocatalyst. Enzymes is made up of proteins. All enzymes are made up of proteins, but all protein not a enzymes. This is very important points. What is enzyme? Enzyme is a biocatalyst, and all enzymes made up of proteins, but all proteins not a enzymes. An example for enzyme. So enzyme for example, lysozyme. So lysozyme enzymes. Lysozyme is a enzyme secreted in salivary gland. So salivary gland la secrete agra enzymes lysozyme. This lysozyme enzyme discovered பண்ண scientist யார்? ஓகேவா? Who discovered lysozyme? The lysozyme enzyme discovered பண்ண scientist Alexander Fleming. Alexander Fleming discovered lysozyme. So உங்களுக்கு ஏற்கனவே தெரியும், you know very well, lysozyme enzyme discovered by Alexander Fleming. He discovered not only lysozyme enzyme, he discovered penicillin antibiotics. Penicillin antibiotic discovered by a scientist Alexander Fleming. Okay, Alexander Fleming discovered lysozyme since 1922. 1922 la அவர் discover பண்ண enzyme lysozyme, and Alexander Fleming discovered penicillin 1928. So 1928 he discovered penicillin. It's the first antibiotics in the world. Alexander Fleming, he got Nobel Prize since 1945. 1945 Alexander Fleming got Nobel Prize. Alexander Fleming not only discovered that penicillin antibiotics and lysozyme, other substances like that, other antibiotics also he discovered. Later we will discuss. Okay, and then enzymes is a biocatalyzed and it's made up of proteins, and very good example for lysozyme is for enzymes, and lysozyme is a salivary gland secreted in salivary glands, and lysozymes is a simple enzyme and protein enzymes. Okay, and then hormones. Hormones secreted in endocrine glands. Hormones generally is called chemical messenger. Hormone is generally called chemical messenger. Why hormone is called as chemical messenger? Okay, because it's involved in physiological functions and some that nutrients, especially for that amino acids, everything, amino acids metabolisms and carbohydrate metabolism, that hormones are involved. Okay, so hormone is called generally chemical messenger. Okay, so what is the difference between exocrine gland and endocrine glands? Exocrine gland ko endocrine gland ko enna difference? Okay, exocrine gland secrete enzyme and endocrine gland secretes hormones. Endocrine glands ku vessels irukadu, it secrete hormones, and exocrine glands vessels irukum. Seriya, that is vessels are present, vessels are absent. Okay, exocrine gland. Exocrine gland is having ducts. Exocrine glands, two types of exocrine glands based on the number of cells, that is smallest exocrine gland, largest exocrine gland. Smallest exocrine gland, goblet cell. Goblet cells is called smallest exocrine glands because it has single cells, okay, or some group of cells that secretes mucus. Secrete mucus. So goblet cell either secrete pannu mucus. Okay, then the goblet cells, it has some mucus substance, and it located in respiratory tract and digestive tract. So digestive tract liyo, respiratory tract liyo the goblet cells irukku. Okay, and largest exocrine gland. Largest exocrine gland, liver. So largest exocrine gland, liver. The functions of liver. So idoda functions enna varum? Liver oda function, you know very well that RBC synthesis. So usually உங்களுக்கு என்ன தெரியும் அப்படின்னா RBC synthesis by bone marrow, but in embryo stage, கரு வளர்ச்சி, embryo stage, after embryo stage, that RBC synthesis in liver, and later bone marrow synthesis, red blood cells, and in adult the liver destroyed RBC. So நம்ம adult stage la liver oda function destroyed RBC, but in embryo development stage, after embryo development stage, liver synthesis RBC. Okay, so liver oda function, so embryo, that is fetus develop ஆகும்போது liver RBC synthesis பண்ணும், but இப்போ நமக்கு the liver synthesis RBC is very impossible, only involved in destructions of RBC. Okay, that's the main functions of liver. So largest exocrine gland, liver. Smallest exocrine glands, goblet cells. Okay, what are the other exocrine glands in our body? Our body la vera exocrine gland irukku. Okay, so other exocrine glands, so eyes la pathina lacrimal gland. So lacrimal glands, tears la irukku, it secretes the tears. Eyes la irukra gland lacrimal gland, that secretes tears. Okay, and lacrimal gland sometimes that vitamin A deficiency disease. In case vitamin A deficiency actually that lacrimal gland water is dry, it causes the disease xerophthalmia. Xerophthalmia is a vitamin A deficiency disease. So vitamin A deficiency ஆச்சு அப்படினா lacrimal gland la water dry ஆயிடும். Okay, so water dry in lacrimal gland, that leads to xerophthalmia disease. So xerophthalmia is nothing but dry eyes. Why is called as dry eyes? Water are dried in lacrimal gland due to vitamin A deficiency. Next, mouth salivary gland. Salivary gland already we discussed பண்ணிட்டோம். ஓகேவா? salivary gland la, so salivary glands secrete lysozyme enzymes and other enzymes in salivary glands. Salivary amylase or ptyalin enzymes. That ptyalin enzyme is a starch digestive enzymes. So salivary amylase or ptyalin is a starch digestive enzyme secreted in salivary gland. The salivary gland la secrete ஆகுது two enzyme, one lysozymes already நம்ம அதை பார்த்துட்டோம், and salivary amylase or ptyalin which is involved in starch digestion. So the starch converted into maltose. Starch maltose convert பண்றதுக்கு the amylase enzymes involve ஆகும். Okay, starch is a polysaccharide and maltose is a disaccharide. Okay, maltose disaccharide, that means it has two sugar, glucose plus glucose. Okay, and other exocrine glands, so skin la irukra gland sweating gland. Okay, so sweating gland, that sweating gland it secretes salt content water, it kill the bacteria. And other gland, mammary glands, that is lactation gland, mammary gland. So mammary gland or lactation gland is a sweating gland, modified glands. Okay, sweating gland is உங்களுக்கு modified ஆயிட்டு lactation gland இருக்கு. Okay, that lactation gland secretes milk. Okay, so lactation gland or mammary gland la release ஆகிறது milk during that after baby delivery. So baby delivery ஆன பிறகு lactation gland la milk secrete பண்றத stimulate பண்ற hormones prolactin hormone and oxytocin, very important two hormones, oxytocin and prolactin hormone. Prolactin ko oxytocin ko enna different? What is the difference between prolactin and oxytocin? Prolactin ko oxytocin ko enna different? Prolactin it act on mammary gland and stimulate milk secretion. Milk secretion stimulate பண்றது prolactin. But oxytocin enna பண்ணும் அப்படினா it release milk from lactation gland. Lactation gland milk release பண்ண வைக்கும் during or after baby delivery. So baby delivery ஆன பிறகு milk release பண்ண வைக்கிறது oxytocin and stimulate பண்ண வைக்கிறது prolactin. Okay, and next exocrine glands, you know very well that intestines is exocrine gland. Sometimes it's also secrete some hormones. Hormone also secrete பண்ணும், but generally intestine secrete mucus. Intestine usually partial endocrine glands. So partial endocrine glands it secrete mucus and hormones. So intestine secrete mucus, that mucus is neutralized, that is food pH also. Okay, and intestine secretes hormones also. Say for example intestine la secrete agara or hormones secretin. Intestine is a partial endocrine glands, it secretes mucus and hormones. So secretin is a hormone secreted in intestines. Okay, these are exocrine gland. Okay, overall நம்ம பாடியில என்னெல்லாம் exocrine gland இருக்கு, lacrimal gland in eyes, salivary glands in mouth, and lactation gland in breast, and sweating glands, sebaceous gland in skin, and stomach. The stomach act as a exocrine gland. It secretes enzymes like pepsin. Stomach secrete pepsin enzyme. That pepsin enzyme the role enna appadina protein digestion. So stomach secrete hydrochloric acid. That hydrochloric acid act as pepsinogen. Stomach la pepsinogen அப்படிங்கிறது inactivate இருக்கிற ஒரு enzymes இருக்கும். That inactive form of pepsinogen is converted into pepsin active form by that hydrochloric acid. So hydrochloric acid main function pepsinogen inactive இருக்கிறத pepsin active protein convert பண்றது HCl ஓட main function. That protein enzyme pepsin which is involved in protein digestion. Protein digestion involved ஆகிற enzyme pepsin. Pepsinogen pepsin convert பண்றது hydrochloric acid. This is secreted in stomach. Stomach la secrete ஆகிறது hydrochloric acid and pepsin enzymes. Okay. Exocrine gland. Secretion based பண்ணி exocrine glands are three types. Okay. First one apocrine gland. So apocrine glands, what is apocrine glands? Say for example mammary glands. And what is apocrine gland? The tip of the cells. So the tip of the cells damage ஆகும் when secretion secrete ஆகும்போது so இங்க cells வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா உங்களுக்கு tip of the cells எல்லாமே உங்களுக்கு damage ஆகும். Okay, so the disintegration cell and content secrete ஆகும்போது so ஒரு glands secrete பண்ணும்போது cell damage ஆச்சு, especially tip of the glands. So ஒரு gland ஓட tipல cell damage ஆச்சு secrete ஆகும்போது அப்படின்னா that is apocrine glands. Example mammary glands. And merocrine gland. What is merocrine gland அப்படினா என்ன அப்படினா secrete ஆகும்போது cell damage ஆகாது. So secrete ஆகும்போது cell damage ஆகாது. That is called merocrine gland. Example salivary glands. Okay, you know very well largest salivary glands parotid. So parotid glands. So parotid gland is a largest salivary glands, parotid glands. It affected by mumps disease. So mumps அப்படின்ற ஒரு disease இருக்கு இல்லையா, so இந்த mumps அப்படின்ற ஒரு disease viral disease. This viral disease affect parotid salivary glands. So vaccine for mumps MMR triple antigen vaccines, mumps, measles, rubella. It is attenuated live vaccines. Okay, attenuated live vaccine the MMR for mumps disease காக போறது. Next holocrine gland. So holocrine glands secretion ஆகும்போது whole cell எல்லாமே உங்களுக்கு டேமேஜ் ஆகும், செல்ஸ் ஃபுல்லாக உங்களுக்கு கம்ப்ளீட்டாக உங்களுக்கு டேமேஜ் ஆகும். ஸோ செல்ஸ் ஃபுல்லாக உங்களுக்கு கம்ப்ளீட்டாக டேமேஜ் ஆகும் செக்ரிட் ஆகும்போது அப்படின்னா தட் இஸ் holocrine glands. Example sebaceous gland. Sebaceous gland எங்கே அப்படி பார்த்தா ஸ்கின்ல இருக்கும். ஓகே, ஸோ ஸ்கின்ல இருக்கிற gland தான் sebaceous gland. Okay, this it secretes sebum. So fat like substance sebum அப்படிங்கிறது secrete பண்ணும். Okay, okay. Endocrinology. Endocrinology அப்படின்னா என்ன? Study of endocrine. Study of endocrine. Endocrine பத்தி ஸ்டடி பண்றதுக்கு பேரு endocrinology. The endocrinology இந்த வேர்டை யார் காயின் பண்ணாங்க அப்படின்னா that is Nicole Pent. Endocrinology அந்த வேர்டை காயின் பண்ணது. Okay, who coined the term endocrinology? Endocrinology அந்த டேர்மை யூஸ் பண்ணது Nicole Pent. Okay, and who is first discovered endocrine? Early discovered first endocrine discovered பண்ண scientist Claude Bernard. Claude Bernard discovered endocrine. So ஒரு endocrine என்னன்னு சொல்லியிருக்காருன்னா he called internal environment. So internal environment. So endocrine is nothing but internal environment. It secretes some fluids or hormones. And Claude Bernard with other contributions ஒரு வேற என்னெல்லாம் ஒரு டிஸ்கவர் பண்ணியிருக்காரு. So Claude Bernard discovered glucose gives energy. So glucose தான் உங்களுக்கு எனர்ஜியை கொடுக்குறது அப்படிங்கிறத ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டிஸ்கவர் பண்ண சயின்டிஸ்ட் Claude Bernard. And excess of glucose is converted into glycogen. So excess of glucose is converted into glycogens. So excess இருக்கிற glucose glycogen convert ஆகும். That glycogen stored in liver and muscles. Liver and muscles. And glucose glycogen convert ஆகும். That process called as glycogenesis. இப்போ glycogenesis இதில் என்ன ஹார்மோன் இன்வால்வ் ஆகும் அப்படின்னா இன்சுலின். So main what is the role of insulin? The insulin glucose glycogen convert ஆகிறதுல இன்வால்வ் ஆகும். Okay, then he discovered also that glycogens converted into glucose during fasting. நம்ம fasting இருக்கும்போது glycogen உங்களுக்கு glucose convert ஆகும். That process called as glycogenolysis. Glycogenolysis. So glycogenolysis la involve ஆகிற ஹார்மோன் glucagon. Okay, and father of endocrinology. Who is father of endocrinology? Thomas Edison. He discovered adrenal gland function. So locations of adrenal glands. So adrenal gland எங்க இருக்கு? So top of the kidney ஓட topல இருக்கிற gland தான் adrenal glands. These adrenal glands generally called emergency glands. Generally adrenal glands is called emergency glands. It secretes many hormones. Say for example adrenaline hormone. Adrenal gland secretes adrenaline hormone is called stress hormone. Adrenal gland secretes adrenaline hormone. Generally adrenal gland is called stress hormone. So tensions, high BP, sweating. So இதெல்லாம் உங்களுக்கு stimulate பண்றது adrenal gland. Who is first discovered hormone? Hormone first discover பண்ண scientist. Okay, Bayliss and Starling. And Starling he coined the term hormone. Hormone அந்த word அந்த term use பண்ண first scientist Ernest Starling. And Bayliss and Starling both are discovered secretin hormone. And what is the functions of secretin? So secretin oda function என்ன நம்ம பாடியில? Then small intestine secrete secretin hormone. So secretin hormone secrete பண்ற organs small intestine. It is act on pancreas. So pancreas la act ஆகிற ஒரு hormones secretin. That secretin hormones act on pancreas. It release bicarbonate and water, and both are neutralize that acidity. Okay, secretions of hormone எப்படி secrete ஆகுது நம்ம பாடியில? Okay, ஹார்மோன் நம்ம பாடியில எப்படி secrete ஆகுது? Positive feedback mechanism. So நம்ம பாடியில ஹார்மோன் secrete ஆகுனா two mechanisms இருக்கு. One is a positive feedback mechanism, other one negative feedback mechanism. So secretion increase ஆகணும் அப்படின்னா positive feedback mechanism, hormone secretion decrease ஆகணும் அப்படின்னா negative feedback mechanisms. Okay, so positive feedback mechanism it stimulates secretions of hormone secretion increase பண்றது positive feedback mechanisms. The positive feedback mechanism within the cell Golgi body, the Golgi body secretes hormones. Generally Golgi body in plant cell Golgi body is called dictyosomes in plant cells. But in animal Golgi body, within the cells kulla Golgi body secrete hormones. So the Golgi body is called first messenger. Golgi body secrete hormones. Generally Golgi body is called first messenger, and hormone is called chemical messenger. And hormones secreted by Golgi body. So after secretions of hormones by Golgi body in the hormone secrete ஆன பிறகு it transport to blood, and after hormone functions in the blood and transport to all organs and function is completed for all organs. So எல்லா ஆர்கான்ஸ்க்கும் ஃபங்க்ஷன் கம்ப்ளீட் ஆகிட்ட பிறகு ஓகே the within the cell Golgi body secrete hormones, that hormones transport to blood. So bloodல எல்லாமே transport ஆகிட்ட பிறகு then all organs are utilized hormones, and after function, so hormone function complete ஆகிட்ட பிறகு after hormone functions, so after hormone functions that hormones are transported into liver, then liver hormones, all hormones are inactivated in liver, all hormones are inactivated in liver after functions, then inactivated hormones are transported into kidney and is excreted. And then what are the endocrine glands in our body? Our body la endocrine glands engala irukku, okay. Brain, so brain has two glands, pituitary glands and pineal glands in brain. The third ventricle, so brain la third ventricle, so mainly third ventricle pineal gland, okay. And pineal gland generally is called as third eyes of the man, third eyes of the man. And biological clock, so common name of pineal gland, so pineal gland ude common name biological clock. Why is called as biological clock? The biological clock அப்படினு சொல்றானா, it is involved in the sleep and wake up cycle, sleep and wake up cycle involve ஆகிறதால the biological clock, okay. And pituitary glands, that pituitary gland is the smallest endocrine gland, smallest endocrine gland, pituitary gland. It is called master gland. Pituitary gland is called master gland. Why is called master gland? It control other endocrine glands. It's control other endocrine gland. So it's called as master gland and the smallest endocrine gland. Next in the neck, thyroid gland. So neck la irukra gland two gland, thyroid gland, and the thyroid gland oda back side la irukradhu parathyroid glands, okay. The posterior part of the thyroid gland oda back la irukradhu parathyroid gland. And thyroid gland is a largest endocrine glands. So largest endocrine glands thyroid, smallest endocrine glands pituitary gland. Then thyroid gland is commonly called as Adam's apple, Adam's apple. So usually நம்ம அந்த larynx தான் Adam's apple சொல்லுவோம். So அங்க இது இருக்கிறதால it's called as Adam's apple. And what is the shape of the thyroid gland? Thyroid gland oda shape enna appadina butterfly shape. This is butterfly. So shape of the thyroid gland butterfly shape. And next, thymus gland. The thymus gland is located in the chest. In chest having that thymus gland. This thymus gland involved in T lymphocyte maturations. T lymphocytes maturations. T lymphocyte mature ஆகிறதுல main functions, that is T lymphocytes, okay. The T lymphocytes maturation takes place in thymus gland. T lymphocytes which is involved in cell mediated immunity, cell mediated immunity. So it is involved in cell mediated immunity. Cell mediated immunity la involve agara cell B lymphocytes are, T lymphocytes are. They will ask questions. Exact answer, T lymphocytes involved in cell mediated immunity. T lymphocytes maturation takes place in thymus gland. So thymus gland act as a endocrine glands and act as a and partial lymphoid organs, okay. Partial lymphoid organs, partial endocrine glands, thymus, okay. And other endocrine glands in our body, pancreas. Pancreas is a heterocrine gland. Pancreas is a heterocrine gland. What is heterocrine gland? Act as a exocrine gland, endocrine gland, okay. Exocrine gland and endocrine glands. That is called heterocrine gland. Heterocrine glands not only pancreas. Pancreas மட்டுமே உங்களுக்கு heterocrine glands கிடையாது. Testis and ovaries. So 3 glands are heterocrine glands. So pancreas act as a heterocrine gland, secrete both enzymes and hormones. Ovary also it secrete hormones and other substance. Testis. The testis, you know very well that testis secrete a hormone testosterone. So testosterone it's secreted by Leydig cell. So male Leydig cell, that cell secrete testosterone hormones. That testosterone hormones is a steroid hormones. So steroid hormones are fat soluble hormones. That fat soluble hormones, steroids, that is very good example for steroid hormones. Testosterone secrete பண்ற cell Leydig cells. And other endocrine glands, placenta. So placenta only during pregnancy the placenta act as a endocrine glands that secrete the hormones relaxin hormone and human choriogonadotropin hormone. So main functions of relaxin hormone, it relax pelvic muscles during the delivery of the baby. So baby delivery ஆகும்போது muscles relax பண்றது relaxin hormone. இந்த relaxin hormone secrete பண்றது placenta and other hormone HCG, human choriogonadotropin hormone. This human choriogonadotropin hormone identified during that pregnancy urine test. So pregnancy urine test la identify பண்ற hormones human choriogonadotropin hormone. So chemical coordinations, endocrine glands we discussed. What are the endocrines and exocrine? Exocrine gland, endocrine glands நம்ம பாடியில் எங்கெல்லாம் இருக்கு? Exocrine endocrines குள்ள டிஃபரன்ஸ் என்ன? Exocrines ஓட ஃபங்க்ஷன் endocrine ஃபங்க்ஷன் நம்ம டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணியிருக்கோம். ஓகே, ஸோ உங்களுக்கு ஸோ ஒரு அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் பண்ணிருப்பீங்க exocrine and endocrines டிஃபரன்ஸ், அதோட ஃபங்க்ஷன்ஸ், அதோட other related functions. Okay, thank you.